What's up, folks? Sean the Average Angler. We've got a great video for you today, but first I want to introduce myself to some of you that may not know me. This may be your first time clicking on the video. I've been an avid bass angler for the past 30 plus years, and I'm really here to try and help teach people. Okay? If I can teach you something, then goal achieved. I'd like to teach as many as I can, and who knows what it might be. It may be what not to do, but I think I've got quite a bit of knowledge, at least in baits and equipment and catching big fish. I've caught a lot of fish over 10 pounds. It's been a while. I'm due for one. It's been a long time, and I've caught a lot of them. And when I say a lot, I mean over 50. So I'm here to share my little piece of knowledge that I've earned and learned from hundreds of other anglers, fishing in tournaments with them, against them, fun fishing with them, fishing from the bank, growing up fishing as a kid, currently to this past weekend when I was out on the water again. Okay, it's constant learning. Anyway, hopefully I can pass something on to save you some money, save you some time, help you catch a few extra fish. Okay, thanks for putting up with that. Just felt like it was time to introduce myself. Probably should have done that way back in the beginning, but quite honestly, there wasn't very many people watching in the beginning. Here we are, and I'll tell you, something's got to give, man. I just can't go on like this anymore. I'm taking my boat to the dealer on Friday to drop it off and get some things done. And when I do that, I empty out the boat. I want to share with you this big problem I have. I'm going to have to give something up here. I just don't know what it is. All right, take a look. Okay, now this is my work desk. It's also where I sit and film. This was clean. You'll see stuff down there on the floor. You'll see a bunch of stuff there on the couch. You'll see Cora eating the cat's food, which she's not supposed to do, but between you and me, I won't tell her mother. She enjoys it, so. And here's the wall. This stuff's all pretty organized, although a lot of this stuff on this side's been getting doubled over just because I'm looking for somewhere to put stuff. And it kind of goes on down, goes on down. There's a bunch of swim baits, glide baits up there. There's more swim baits and glide baits at the other end as well. And then we turn over here, and these are boxes of baits I took out of the boat, and I don't have room in my custom built shelf here to put them at the moment. So I don't know if someone wants time to take the time to count all those. I'm not going to do it. It's not that important. But there's more boxes over there. You guys can kind of see the rods in the background from the video. But this box right here also came out of the boat. All loose baits. That box as well. Fishing line, lure blanks for me to paint. There's some dip and dye in there, more lure stuff, more baits up here that came out of the boat. Okay, some spare reels, some Beyond braid, which I didn't find. So the cabinet, the tall one over there is full of baits. Tall one over here is full of baits. And then we have my workbench area where I paint, and it's just obliterated. It's a mess. I mean, I can't work on it. My GoPro bag, more baits up here, winter gloves, swim baits, more baits, and more baits there. Here is the rest of my garage and my gym, which I use several times a week, but the garage is just getting out of control, and I just cleaned it a couple of days ago. I showed you all that for a reason. And this morning I was kind of thinking of doing this video, and for some reason the thought of my buddy Timus came up. Timus was an avid fisherman, so much so that Timus had a hard time keeping a job because he would disappear. he would disappear at time and go fishing. Timus enjoyed life. He knew how to enjoy life, and you know, in the grand scheme of things, I'm speaking of him as past tense because Timus passed away 2 years ago, and he was younger than me by a couple of years. I'm in my late 50s. Timus was probably one of the most passionate people I've ever met about fishing, and he liked to do tournaments with me, but quite honestly, Timus just loved to catch fish. He really didn't matter if he was walking the bank. He didn't have a boat. He would go rent one once in a while. But for the most part, Timus fished from the bank a lot, and he would go and fish with me from time to time on the boat. But Timus carried basically a backpack, like a lot of us carry as a computer bag for work or something. This basically would hold Timus's entire life's work of tackle. He didn't have a whole lot of tackle. He had some basic things he liked to throw. He didn't buy a lot of stuff. He would go oftentimes Timus, when he was going fishing, would have to go by the tackle store because he ran out of something. Something like hooks, he'd buy 1 5-pack, right? Weights, he might buy 1 pack of weights. He didn't buy things in bulk and stock them up like I do, like I just showed you. But he loved fishing. And man, I love fishing more than anything. But to be quite honest with you, I don't love tinkering with the tackle aspect anymore. Now, if I had a ton more space and pegs to hang everything or more storage in my cabinets, hey, that'd be great. But at this point, I'm really at an impasse of how to store a lot of this new stuff. Now, a lot of it's in clamshell packs, and quite honestly, it comes in clamshell packs for a reason, and I prefer to keep it in those. They do take up more space that way. My swim baits, glide baits, okay, this is a soft glide. I keep it in the package because it's formed around the bait to keep it in good shape. But this 6 cents bag is pretty good for clamshell packs. It's not what's in it right now. And see, this is what I mean. There's a bunch of nail weights mixed into freaking all kinds of other stuff. There's some board weights for my glide baits. How in the hell am I going to find those when I need them? The average angler needs to do some serious revamping around here. And you know, you see all the boxes up there. Don't tell my wife, but I bet half of them never see the boat anymore. I just can't seem to bring myself to get rid of it because I think that one day I'm gonna want to use it. We got a big mess out here. I love fishing, folks, with every part of my being. I just want to catch fish, and now I want to share that with you. There was a time where I didn't tell anybody anything because I was so competitive in the tournament scene. I just enjoy fishing, and Timus enjoyed fishing about as much or more than anybody I've ever met. You could drive down the highway with Timus, and if he saw a puddle on the side of the road, he would say, "Flip a jig, flip a jig." Timus didn't even like fishing jigs when I met him. All he did was split shot a Senko, and he caught the hell out of him doing that. But I taught him how to fish a jig, and the next thing you know, Timus is fishing jigs all the time. I don't really know what the point of the story is, folks. I think Saturday when I was out there fishing, I was actually, for some reason, Timus came into my head, and he was probably telling me, "See, you asshole, I'm not going to let the fish bite today." I don't know. Sean the Average Angler, if you got any clues, hints, advice on how I can store this stuff adequately so it's convenient to get to and organized, I could really use some advice, all right? And I don't mean ship it to you. Thanks for watching, Sean the Average Angler. We out.